Okay, I have a new chapbook out that I may or may not read something from. And it's on Amazon, but I don't get any money from it, so I'm not soliciting anything for it. But it's called Absent Friends, and I was going to read from that. Maybe I'll get to that. But I was watching television just before this came, and it reminded me of the hearings are on, and the young lady is she should have a shovel because she's burying both Trump and Mark Meadows. So, which I like. But these are two older poems that relate to that from a 2017 book I had called The Trump File. John McCain is an American hero. John McCain is an American hero. Everyone knows that. Everyone that is, but the president of the United States. McCain spent 5.5 years in a Vietnam prison. Trump told Howard Stern that he spent most of the Vietnam years protecting himself from STDs. McCain is respectful of his political opponents and took a fan to task when she called Barack Obama an Arab, saying, no, he's a good man with whom I disagree. Trump belittles his opponents, calling them Little Mark or Lion Ted and crooked Hillary. This bombast saves him from having to know anything about the issues. McCain was captured. To Trump, that precludes him from being a hero. Trump could not have been captured. His bad feet kept him here chasing women. But Lindsey Graham understood the bill when he wrote and did not let McCain's vote against it diminish their friendship. Trump did not understand it, but went on the attack. Graham and McCain understand that the debate is about policy. For Trump, all debate is personal. The fact that McCain is fighting terminal cancer does not cause Trump to behave like a caring human being. Trump stood in front of a rabid Alabama crowd and egged them on to boo an American hero with terminal cancer. As has been said about others, has he no shame? John McCain is an American hero. That's plain to see. The president of the United States is, well, you decide. And I wrote another one right after that in August 2017, after Charlottesville parades. If you walk with a Nazi, the president of the United States said that there were some good people protesting in Charlottesville. Not for the first time, he was dead wrong. Good people may have showed up to protest, but as soon as they stepped into the street to march with people waving Nazi flags, they were no longer good people. The Nazis killed 8 million homosexuals, gypsies, communists, and Christians. Then, of course, 8 million Jews in their final solution. Over 400,000 Americans died in World War II fighting Japanese imperialism and the murderous Nazi philosophy. We saved the world. Those who march under a Nazi flag dishonored the greatest generation. And unfortunately, so does the president of the United States. And then I heard people talking about the different, and I'll see if I brought this up properly, talking about the various things of prizes and everything that hurt people. So this is Bukowski and me. I've told a story many times before, but we'll do it again. I just tell stories and call it poetry. I never liked poetry, although I studied it as an English literature major in college. I never saw the point. I was a published writer, a reporter, a columnist, a reviewer, an author of books, over 2,500 pieces, but not a poet. Now, a writer of poetry, not even a reader of poetry for 35 years. Since then, thousands of poems written, hundreds of them published in magazines, 10 books and chapbooks published, bookcases full of poetry. What changed all this in my life? I was coming out of a restroom at a Barnes & Noble and walking down an aisle when I saw the book with a very strange title. I picked it up and took it back to my table. It was a book of poetry by Charles Bukowski. I read it anyway. I was doomed. I recognized immediately that Bukowski was an alcoholic, a misogynist, and more than a bit of a nut, fucking brilliant. And he made me want to try, and so I did. If you dislike my writing, blame Bukowski. He was profanity also. If you like it, well, then say a prayer for his eternal soul and for mine. And then I will read one more, if I have the time, David, do I?
Indeed.
This is from the book about absent friends. These are people from my family or my friends who passed away. And this is about the priest, Kevin Devine, CSP. That means Paulist Fathers, or someone said means can't stop preaching. Uh, Kevin Devine was born in Inwood, one of five brothers, one of whom became an FBI agent, arresting mafia types. Another became an NYC police officer that led the pipers up Fifth Avenue every year to St. Patrick's Day parade. In short, it was a family of service. Kevin became the Paulist priest and then came back to serve in Inwood. He was the CYO moderator. As soon as I turn this page, you'll hear the rest of the story. Overseeing the basketball and baseball team, which I played. He also would oversee the Friday night teenage dances, and would walk around saying to those who were dancing, "Leave room for the Holy Ghost." 50 years later, he remembered me replying, "The Holy Ghost is spiritual, Father. He can fit wherever he wants." That was a bit of wise-ass. Then he was off to become a chaplain, and then off to Vietnam, where he won both the Silver Star and a Bronze Star. Many years after, he produced a wonderful video on peace, and I have the URL. Look at it. After serving all over the world, he came back to Inwood, and that was my friend rather than overseer. On the Friday night after 9/11, he organized a twilight parade for solidarity and strength through Inwood, and I proudly carried an American flag in parades. When the Paulists left Inwood, are replaced by the Franciscans, Kevin moved to another Paulist parish in New York, but always came back to Inwood for memorials and reunions. Fittingly, on April 10, 2021, his funeral was held in Inwood Good Shepherd Church, where he served for so many years after, and it's an online. In the 65 years that I knew Kevin, he went from an overseer to a friend to my American hero. I repeat, a priest, a Silver Star winner, a peace advocate. Thank you for putting up with me in this non promotional day, hopefully.